All right, we'll get started here in about 5 minutes. See if anybody else wants to join in the chat here. And we'll get to tonight's topic for this December 1st. It's almost Christmas. Jesse, hello, how are you? I'm just jotting down some notes here for my top 5 pick Linux distros for beginners. If you haven't already, if you are new to all this and don't know what a distro is, you may want to take a look at the Windows User Guide to Linux number 3. That'll explain what a distro is. Because tonight I'm going to give you my top 5 distro choices for newbies. And I got them written down. So we'll get started here in about 5 minutes. Clayton Coffee. Good day, mate. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Anytime I don't have to shovel snow. We're supposed to hit 60 tomorrow here in Ohio. Awesome. You know Myth is on that list. Is it? Yes, it is actually. Like I didn't know already, right? Jeremiah Lighthouse. Welcome. How are you? If anybody watches this later on and you are new to this in this channel, I've been using Linux since 2006. So you can do the math. I've been using both Linux and Windows since 2006, of course. So I know a little bit about Linux, what works and what doesn't work, what's best for newbies, how to avoid headaches. And hopefully one of these Linux distros will prevent you from saying that Linux, S-U-C-K-S. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on these days, even today in 2018. But hopefully one of these 5 picks, my top 5 for beginners, who knows? One of these might replace your Windows PC. Maybe. Switch to Linux. What's up, man? Posh Josh, where you live it is 11 p.m. Okay, where do you live? Here it is almost 10 p.m. For those of you looking for the perfect, supposedly flawless Linux-based computer, I believe the Google Pixel is back on Amazon for $6.99, and that machine has been described as flawless, and it's powered by Linux. So there you go. 2 p.m. in Victoria, Australia. Yes, yes, Clayton. The seasons there are reversed. When it's winter here, I believe it's summer over there, correct? Hello, White Chocolate. How are you? You live in Trinidad. Ah. Oh, you're moving to Canada. Wow. Okay. That's quite a jump. I live in Ohio, Posh. The flaw is Google itself. Well, that depends how you define the flaw. Google works, for better or for worse. It just works. Google Hangouts works. No special software, no tweaking. It just, yeah. You told me this already, Posh. I'm sorry, I don't remember. Corey Scott, hello. How are you? Works 100% as designed. Well, our friend Tim, who might join me, he's usually a co-host. The only Linux thing that works for him all the time, like no problem with drivers or web browsers, is Google Pixelbook or his Chromebooks. He has several of them. I have to give credit where credit is due. You know. You asked your mom for a gaming headset with mic. Ah, okay. You don't know what's good. See if Logitech makes one. Other than that, I don't really specifically have a gaming headset. But if anybody here knows what is a good gaming headset, And then when I do Xbox, I use the headset that I can pick up for the Xbox for like 20 bucks. But for PC, I'm not sure. But if Logitech makes one, they probably do. I like Logitech. You have several Logitech products I haven't had any problems with. So I did see that. I think they're going to replace it with something else. Google Duo, I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah, I don't see them totally trashing it because Hangouts works. I mean, yeah. Get some $3,000 Servant of Vega speakers? Really? Or do you mean $30? Okay. I don't think you meant 3,000, did you? Yeah. Well, when it comes to speakers, I suppose size matters. Yes, to a certain point. That is true. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. What about PayPal, Posh? All right. Give this one more minute, and then I'll go into my main topic for this evening. Um, Looks like Christmas this December is on a Tuesday. Okay. All right, let's get started with tonight's main topic, and then we'll go to an open chat. Again, if you are new to all this, you may want to take a look at the Windows User Guide to Linux number 3, explaining briefly what a distro is. All right, so these are my top 5 choices briefly for beginners. These are not the only choices, but on this list I have fully tested all of these except my new number 5, which is Voyager Linux. This is something based out of France, and they have a modified version of the GNOME desktop that is quite user-friendly out of the box, as it were. Customized GNOME shell. I just briefly took a look at Voyager Linux, but from what I saw, I really liked it. So, if you're looking for something a little bit more snazzy, take a look at Voyager Linux. Again, I have not fully tested Voyager, but briefly just looking at it, I thought it was very nice. So check out Voyager Linux. Now the next 4 I have fully tested in the past. So number 4 on my list would be Zorin. They make several versions of Zorin. There's a Zorin main version of it, Zorin OS, and there's a Zorin Lite version. If I was new, I would go with the Lite version. I think it'll be obviously lighter on resources and it's slightly easier to use, in my opinion. I've tested both the regular version of Zorin and the Lite version. I like the Lite version. So number 4 on my list would be Zorin OS. Number 3 is Peppermint OS that you may have heard of. I tested Peppermint on a ThinkPad machine, single core. That machine was powered by a squirrel and one dead rat. That's how old it was. I think it had Windows XP, less than a gig of RAM, and I was able to install Peppermint OS on it and do a live stream. Now, I don't recommend it, less than a gig of RAM. But Peppermint, I tested it, full test, very light. If you want something fast and good looking, check out Peppermint OS. I believe it's some of the developers. I think Peppermint was started by some of the developers from Linux Mint. Okay. All right. Number 2 on my list. Got to go with Linux Mint. There are several versions of Linux Mint. There is Mate, XFCE, Cinnamon, and Debian. For newbies, I would stay away from Debian. Okay. I like XFCE, Mate, and Cinnamon versions. If you have an older machine, probably I would say first try XFCE and then Mate. So for Mint, you have 4 different types of Linux Mint. I would stay away from Debian until you become more advanced. So that was number 2. All right, number 1, you guys can probably guess what I'm running now is Ubuntu Mate or Ubuntu Mate. The developer of this, Martin Wimpress, created this 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I spoke with him, and apparently he did it for his wife. His wife wanted something simple. Going back to the Ubuntu days from up to 2010, 2011, the GNOME 2 or GNOME 2 look and feel of the Linux desktop. And Martin said, yes, why not bring back that kind of look? So I called Ubuntu Mate the romantic OS because the developer evidently did it for his wife. And it is my number 1 pick for beginners and advanced users. Nothing wrong with that. There's a terrific panel changer, layout changer to customize, I believe, the 6 or 7 different choices. I just pick one, customize it, and I leave it the way it is. Ubuntu Mate is my Linux Gold standard. Now, your mileage may vary as far as a Linux Gold standard. Obviously, it's Linux. But running this steady since last year, and it is awesome. So, to recap, number 5 is Voyager. Number 4 is Zorin. Number 3 is Peppermint. Number 2 is Linux Mint. Don't go with Debian version of Linux Mint. And number 1 is Ubuntu Mate. Any 5 of these, if you are new to all this, documentation is usually pretty good. Voyager, I really didn't look. But for the rest, documentation is usually pretty good. Pretty decent forums. Forums for help as far as I can recall. And really, all of these are fairly light on the resources, unless you go with Linux Mint Cinnamon, which is a little bit heavier. But Zorin Lite, Peppermint, Linux Mint, XFCE Mate, and Ubuntu Mate are fairly light on resources. So if your machine has really 2 gigs of RAM, maybe even a gig of RAM, but a gig of RAM would be pushing it. At least 2 gigs of RAM and you'll be fine. If you have a computer or a laptop with 4 gigs of RAM, you can run any kind of Linux, should not be a problem. So, Voyager, Zorin, Peppermint, Mint, and Ubuntu Mate. If you are new to the world of Linux and are curious about Linux, check out one of those My Top 5 distributions for Linux beginners. All right. That's all I have for that topic. Go to the next page. I'll leave it blank to take any notes. All right, let's take a look here at the chat. All right. Hello, Ben. How are you? Posh, you need to be a little bit calm down, boy. Sleepy Eyes Vince, hello. Minnesota man is in the house. Tim, are you freezing off your cannolis yet? Sleepy Eyes Vince, you're running Linux Mint 19 and Peppermint. All right. I would think anyone converting from Windows would like Cinnamon. Okay, that's fine. Zorin Light, okay. Spin Viking, welcome. Jesse is not a distro hopper. I was addicted like a guy on loads, man. That's why over 2,000 videos. But I stopped. Once I picked the ones that work, it was fruitless to distro hop because all you would be doing is hopping from one set of problems to a different set of problems, or one set of bugs to a different set of bugs, whether the bugs were limited or not. It was just silly, you know. So that's, you know, based on my experience. So Jeremiah, you tried Voyager XFCE. Very good. Peppermint 9 on desktop 4 months, no problems. All right, very good. Tim, you want to join in? Sleepy, you got 18 Mate 1804 virtual testing. Okay. It plays nicely in a virtual box, or it should anyway. I'm going to try and squeeze in as many live events as I can now in the end of the year. So, all right, Tim, you're good to go. Sleepy, do you want to join? Anarita, Nescaletto, hello. Now I feel bad. I took my son to a new restaurant, Bennigan's, in town. There was up to an hour wait. We've tried twice, but it's the weekends. It's a new restaurant. It's not that unusual for it to be very busy. So, all right, Ben, you can join. Ben's going to join us. Tim, have the frying pan ready. Oh man, it's a good thing we're a family here. Sneaky Linux. Yeah, it is morning for you. You're what, like 3 a.m.? When do you ever sleep? Sleepy, you can join. You afraid you would be banned after yesterday's fiasco? It was unique. Yeah. I'll put it to you that way. All right. There you go, Vinny. Steve, you want to join? Let's get switching here. You know, I've been to different websites for Linux for beginners, and I've yet to see one that is completely complete. I don't know if that makes any sense. They're not 100% complete or accurate. And that's why users, new people, just give up. They said, screw this. I couldn't get this to work or that to work. Tim is playing bingo. Where's my frying pan? Oh, here, drink here. Since you're playing bingo, oops, I drank all the whiskey. Sorry. Asking no whiskey for tonight. Steve is making dinner for us. Very good. I'll take the spaghetti meatballs. All right, invites have been sent. Tim's got the pan. Okay. Suvlaka. I don't know what that is. That's true, Sneaky. In the old days, not much worked, but we preserved. And I preserved. It took Linux. I started 06. It took it a good 6-7 years for it to mature properly. Yeah. Greek stuff. Very good. I'm flicking back and forth between the Weather Channel and the Hallmark Channel. Hallmark. I have Comcast. Hint for a sponsor. Anyway. I should contact Comcast and say, hey, sponsor my channel or I'm leaving. Yeah. Well, Mr. Sunshine is in the house. Hello there.
First on.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Can you?
Yeah, a little bit windy, but I can hear you.
Let me see what I can do about that.
Okay. Melissa Max. Hi. Thomas.
How's it going there?
Good, good. Vinny's showing off here on the. He's on Palm
On the
Beach there.
back porch, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's rainy and cold here. You got the rain and the cold too?
Yeah,
Well,
that's okay, Vinny. You can
guys-
just, stay there. Just bring us some heat. It looks fine. Yes.
Well, you guys were complaining that it was too hot when it was freezing cold here, back in July.
I don't complain too much about the heat, do I? More about the
I
cold,
don't
I think.
really complain about too much, but
Yeah, yeah.
I do though propose a resource trade with you, Vince.
Yeah.
We will send you some cold and some rain in exchange for some heat and some sun. How's that sound?
That would be good for my garden, actually, for the herbs.
That's good. All right, sounds good. Let's do
Okay,
it.
cool. So how's your day been, Vince?
We just had a birthday party for the 3-year-old.
Ah, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, she's 3 going on 30, I think.
They do grow up fast, don't they? Yeah. Yes, they do. Let's see, you have nice clear blue skies. They're very nice.
Is that wind noise still bothering you?
No, it's not as bad now. No. Let me go through the chat here real quick. Make sure we got everybody to say hello. I think we have. Oh, it's
Whoa.
windy now. Whoa. It's windy now. Okay.
The twisters are coming. The twisters are coming.
I know. It did sound like a twister. Actually, that's his soundboard. He has a soundboard there, Tom.
And that's a green screen, nice background, right?
Yeah, really. It looks so real. Oh, it was real. That's why. All right, very good.
Okay, a little better.
So you're running Ubuntu Mate in a VirtualBox?
Yeah, just testing it out.
And?
I find that slightly sluggish compared to Cinnamon even.
Really?
It's strange, but I mean
Wow.
that's a virtual box though.
Yeah,
But Peppermint flies. I'm really liking
Yes.
Peppermint.
it's very good. Like I said, I tested Peppermint in an old ThinkPad that was powered by a dead squirrel and a rat, a single-core machine, and I was able to live stream on less than a gig of RAM. Not recommended, but I was able to do it. That's the power of Linux on a ThinkPad anyway. So yeah, Peppermint is on my list. What was it, number 3? Let me go back. Yeah, I had Voyager 5, Zorin 4, Peppermint 3. Really, you could probably interchange Peppermint and Mint 3 and 2. And then, of course, number 1, Ubuntu. I've had the most luck with my machines with Ubuntu Mate. It might be different with your hardware, certainly understandable. Melissa says you're friends with Alfred Musterberg. Okay. Do we know Alfred? I don't know. Does that ring a bell, Tom? Alfred Munsterberg? I don't know.
No, I'm not ringing a bell on that one.
Well, welcome anyway. Bandori browser released new version 7. They had the old version for a while, it seems. So this brand new white chocolate. Okay, I don't use Bandori because I do Hangouts. It's usually Chrome to avoid any issues, with plugins and all that. But look, here we are, 2018, and we still don't have a national Linux desktop. Will we ever see one? I think we will, but until we do have one where you have a standard set of drivers and all these companies and vendors can just focus on that to make it work for gaming and printers, I think we're still going to have issues with bugs coming and going because nothing really has been standardized. We can say, well, that's the meaning of Linux, free and open source, many choices, and that's fine. But it would be good to have some semblance of quality, But my opinion, yes, the Google Pixel has been described as flawless, Jesse. I go by what I read. I don't have one to test yet, but from what I understand, it's Linux powered, and I guess it just works the way it should. But again, it's made by Google, a major player, so the vendors and who make the drivers and everything focus on that machine, on that piece of hardware. Hence it works, and it is powered by, I think it's what, Gen 2? Yeah, so it just works. Anarita's wife said no more martinis. Ah,
But how about kangaroo? Oh, never mind.
never mind. That was bizarre.
It's not.
So for those who've been asking for it, I am doing for tomorrow's video is going to be on Libre Calc, specifically how to set up a spreadsheet to do your budgeting.
Okay, very good.
I've had a few requests for that, haven't gotten to it, but those LibreOffice videos tend to do very good for me. So,
one of the companies I looked at last night, Puget Systems out of Washington, they'll make a build you a Linux powered machine if you wish, and they'll even install LibreOffice at no charge.
nice.
So there you go.
Almost every distro comes with LibreOffice.
Well, almost
Nah, it
every.
depends.
Yeah, it depends, but
A significant quantity thereof. How's
Yeah.
that?
yes, Jesse, there are lots of choices, lots of distros, lots of DEs, but we need standardized dependencies across the board. I think Snap packages are trying to do that. I think, right, Tom? Flat
I don't
packs.
trust them. I don't trust Snap packs.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
I use
the
a few.
problem-
They work. The
well,
few. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is that even in their own documentation, the challenge with Snap packs is it's no longer about trusting the code; it's about trusting the developer, and that always raises a red flag because developers' GitHub pages can be hacked, and if they're not closely scrutinizing them, then you have, a challenge of something could get in. A developer could get in on reputation. People audited their things, and eventually they tweak in a little things. That's all reason I don't trust Snap.
Well, our friend Alan Pope from Ubuntu, I believe he's a Snap package maintainer. Of course, we trust him, right, Alan? Yeah, I use a few snaps, a few app images. I think Kden Live is an app image. I mean, can you trust anything 100% nowadays with the web? Probably not.
I just don't want to place my trust in the hands of the developers as much as I want to trust in the hands of the code itself. And that's the problem is the Snap packages, they're stopping looking at the code and just saying, well, we trust the developer. And that raises another red flag. While Microsoft may not intentionally put malware in a system, they are a data collection company, and I don't really want to trust Microsoft to not put data collection inside their Snap packages.
Okay.
And so there's reason I have concern about the entire stated model directly from them that we're not going to look at the packages, we're going to trust the developers.
Okay.
That's my take. But,
Well, again, the original question was standardized dependencies. I think snaps are a step towards that, for what it's worth. And by the way, Vince, that cake looked delicious.
Okay, are you sharing that?
I saw peanut butter chocolate cheesecake on the QVC shopping channel for $60. I'm like, $60. But then all the hosts are going okay, anyway.
I will make you the identical cake, and I will only charge you $40. All right. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, what is that? That's 33% off.
True.
Just let me know.
True, but I can go to my local store and get a nice cheesecake sampler for like $15.
Yeah,
my local Kroger's. Yeah. So it's a better deal. Yeah.
Better deal. I concur. Absolutely.
Although the one I saw in QVC was by the chef Emerald. Is that his name? Emerald. It looked delicious. It was a diet killer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was down in Monterey, California, and we were walking down on the. Or it was in Monterey, or I think it was actually Carmel, which is right next to it.
Yes.
And we're walking down there, and apparently one of the famous chefs on TV is one of the cooks there, and so we had an Alaskan king crab. We split it between the two of us because it was like $40 for a king crab. So we bought this king crab. It was really good, I gotta say. Little much, but two people splitting one crab's not a lot. But we filled up on French fries.
I've been to Monterey. It is beautiful. It is stunning. Yeah. It's I had a calamari there. I think it was good.
I need to go eat me some squid.
Squid. Do you like squid there in Australia? Vince?
Yeah, they're beautiful here. We just had calamari the other day.
Oh, no, I like it sautéed, not fried. What about you?
Barbecue?
I guess that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've probably only had it fried because that's kind of the way you do it in the States
Okay.
generally. But
I've had
barbecue
both.
though sounds way better.
Yeah, I've had both. There's something about sautéed in wine sauce. It just hits the spot. It just.
Hey, can I
does.
ask you guys a question?
Go ahead.
About snaps and flat packs and app images. I've yet to try really any of them out yet. Do they run as efficiently as native packages?
It really depends.
It's possible. Yes, it is possible.
Yeah, like I've had, for example, on Linux Mint, of course, it ships older versions of some software, particularly since if you're still on the 18.3 branch, like I recommend staying on. And so if you need like Kden Live to work, they will recommend you to install the Snap Pack or I think you did the Flat Pack. It really, I have never had it run well. It's always been buggy. It didn't want to save files, all sorts of things on every system I tried it on. So I just used the repos. But in other cases, they do. One of them, I think flat packs will interface better with your system, but snaps do not. I can't remember which one's which.
They have to run on top of a separate layer, right? Do they have to run on top of a separate layer? They have to run on top of a separate layer
snaps,
over
yes,
the pod itself? Yeah.
Work on an isolation principle. So snaps are generally going to be safer because they're sandboxed. So if there is an issue, it's going to be safer on a snap than
sandboxing
on
equals
the other ones.
hit.
Yes, but the sandbox will cause a performance hit, I think. And I might be mixing them up.
Yeah, I tried the flat pack version of Kden Live. It didn't work for me. The app image was awesome. I don't think they have a snap package yet. I've downloaded a few snap packages. I think Skype, Spotify, and a few others, and they just work. So I guess it's more or less a hit and miss. I mean, the main thing is with those packages, all the dependencies are there. There's no hunting for something else to make it work. That's the
your
reasoning.
major advantage. Absolute major advantage of all of those is that you can have multiple things and multiple versions of the system. So I don't completely say they're horrible, completely burn them with fire. I just advise caution.
The app image of Kden Live for me is almost flawless. Still crashes every once in a while, but it's been the most bug-free version of Kden Live in years, and that's the app image of Kden Live. And I think on their website they're working towards the next version of it to make it even better. So hats off to the Kden Live team, because if it wasn't for Kden Live in Linux, I could not edit in Linux. The other ones just don't work for me as well.
Hi, Toss.
Hi, Ben.
I finally fixed Chrome in GNOME. I was like pulling my hair last night. I tell you, GNOME 2 is a compile. I was about ready to give up and just say, okay, hell with this. I'm going to XFCE.
Ben, is that a frying pan lump on the side of your head? No, just kidding.
Never mind this. I'm installing Ubuntu.
Yeah, I would have did that and just gone to the easy, but I persevered and I got it all ready for the show tonight. Oh,
nice!
I tell you, it was no easy task to get GNOME on here, but
can you compile Ubuntu from source?
No.
Ubuntu from source itself? I don't think so. Can you?
I don't think you can do that.
Okay.
But oh boy, as you do. Here it is, GNOME 2 in all its glory. Minimize my Discord. Yeah, here it is.
So it's GNOME 2. Does it have all the security patches and updates? Is it going to be as secure as well?
Basically, Tom, it's stock modern Gen 2, just running with an old GUI. That's all it is. And really, all I've done is mask GNOME 3, and I still can get security patches, updates, whatever.
Okay.
Someone has a question about Kodi, and Roku. I don't use that. Unchained 01. So
I do. Hold on. Let me find your comments. I use Kodi. I don't use Roku, but I do use Kodi. Can you read the comment for me while I'm hunting it down?
Let's see here. He says, so anyone have a distro that is stable to use with Kodi and Roku?
For Kodi, just don't use KDE on Debian. Every instance, I have a Debian running KDE with Kodi, and I also run KDE on the Linux Mint Debian edition with Kodi. It will cause crashes leaving Kodi and going back to KDE. So any distro that's not Debian plus KDE should work just fine. I've not had that's a go-to program for me.
Isn't there a distro with just Kodi as the interface?
Yeah, yeah. If you're just wanting to run that, OpenELEC and OpenELEC is one I've used. I use Open Source Media Center right now, and there is one more. I think it's LibreElect. So those three, if you're looking for something that's just running Kodi on top of a box like a Raspberry Pi or something, use those. But if you're talking about putting it onto an operating system that does other things, just avoid Debian plus KDE.
Yeah. Debian is really not, I agree with Tom there. That's really, Debian is good if you just want to do basic stuff, you know, like everyday tests like gaming, etc. Although I wouldn't game on Linux right now because it's not perfect. I mean, it can work, but that's beside the point. If you're running to just run Kodi, use one of the options he suggested, one of the LibreElect platforms, and just get a Raspberry Pi and install it. It's not that hard.
I mean, I have a full production Raspberry Pi 2 running Open Source Media Center absolutely flawlessly. Interfaces with everything. I control it on my phone. It's just a beautiful thing.
It's awesome. But regardless, just get a cheap, Raspberry Pis are cheap. Just go Amazon, boom, done. And they're really cheap. I mean, you can get one for like 60, 70 bucks. There you go. And just run it as a Kodi Media Center. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm actually doing updates because I hadn't ran them in a couple days. So, like, you'll get a new snapshot of packages, which is the portage update that I'm doing right now. It will basically pull in, for those that don't, newbies out there, this will pull in the latest stuff, and then I just do emerge world.
There is another website out there for beginners called Distro Chooser. I looked at LibreHunt. That is not accurate. They had Puppy Linux for beginners. I don't think so.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Now, Distro Chooser, I haven't looked at yet.
I might actually do a video on that tomorrow.
That's actually a good name, Distro Chooser. Let me take a look at that real quick, actually. Yeah.
I might actually do a video about Distro Chooser.
Actually, I already choosed it for you guys, so don't go there.
You distro chose it for us?
Yes. Yes.
It chooses it for us.
That's right. Let's see here.
I bet for me would pick Gentoo like right away, or maybe LFS.
Welcome. This test will help you choose a suitable Linux distribution. So let's start the test. Some distributions are made for a special purpose, some for daily use. What do you need? Daily use, okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Let's see here.
This is going to be funny.
Computer knowledge. I would have made my knowledge using a computer. I often need help. No, I am ready to solve some problems. I can troubleshoot problems with a computer by myself. Well, for me, I think a newbie would be. I think a newbie would be maybe, or a beginner to solve some. So we'll choose some. Try to think like a beginner. Yeah, let's go there. Okay.
Like a beginner.
Linux knowledge. I would rate myself with Linux itself. I do not have any or just a little bit of knowledge. We'll choose that one.
Yeah.
See how accurate this is.
Yeah. See how
Installation presets. How many preferences do you wish to change by yourself?
Oi.
Well, let's see. I want to use the default presets. I do not need preset values in installation assistance or while doing the configuration of the system. I prefer to do as many settings using graphical interfaces. Well, that would be friendly for a beginner. So we use graphical. We'll use that one.
We'll use that.
All right, let's proceed. 16 questions. Okay. Installation live test needed. For beginner, I would say yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's go with want to install a USB flash drive. Don't use it. No, don't use a DVD. Yeah, we'll go with USB. Okay. All right. Hardware support. It is important to know how old is the system because some distributions won't run it. Old computers. That is true. My computer should support the 64-bit architecture. We'll choose that one.
Yeah, 64-bit. I mean, most computers these days are.
Yeah. Some distributions prefer articles in wikis for troubleshooting. What do I prefer? I'm able to solve my problems using guides from wiki. I prefer asking others for help. It could be both. I prefer asking others for help. We'll just choose that one. User experience concept. I prefer a Windows user-like interface. I prefer a Mac. We'll go with Windows.
Tim's calling us.
I think he's on his phone, or he's at bingo. He has a couple lumps in his head from the.
He's calling us at a bingo game. Really?
Tim, you can join anytime. Okay. Distributions price.
We'll have the fun.
I prefer free to use. We'll go with that one for a newbie. Scope. This different distributions install a different amount. What is it? Very small print. Different amount of programs. Some are installing a complete amount of programs to work out of the box. Other distros installing only a base. No, for beginners, not a base. So we'll go prefer distribution, shipping all the programs. We'll choose that one.
Yeah.
It's good questions.
These are good questions.
Distribution ideology. The license ideology. I want to use free licenses. I'm fine with unfree licenses as long as my system works. That sounds reasonable. I'll choose that one.
Yeah, a lot of newbies would choose that.
Distribution privacy. Some distributions use online service to improve the user experience. This may affect the privacy of the user. The user can be tracked. If it improves my user experience, I agree with using such online services. I do not want this. I'll choose I do not want this.
No one wants that.
If not, Tom is going to beat me up.
Tom would beat the crap out of this.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm texting people on my phone. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Distributions, preset themes, icons, and wallpaper. Some distributions are shipping programs or desktops with own themes. This is important to me. I do not appreciate this. I will install icons, wallpapers. Now that's too much work. We'll go with the first one. This is important.
Yeah,
Proceed. This question is too far away from your requirement profile. Special features. Why is there a warning? We just scared away a newbie. I'm out of here. No, but some distributions may use special features such as security enhancements.
Can you show your screen toss?
I guess I could, yeah. I should have done that. Hang on.
Yes, you should have.
All right. Let me go back here.
I can't. For whatever reason, this distro does not want to let me to share screens.
All right, can you see that?
First.
All right, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
So it's here on the left. Again, this is Distro Chooser.
You can actually go in and choose, instead of choosing share screen, you can share application window.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay, well, since I got this up, let's do this. Okay. All right. Some distributions may use special features such as security enhancements. Which of the following features do I want to use it, if any? I wish to run all applications in isolated containers. I am aware this may cause the distribution more difficult. That's going to confuse someone. I know what systemd is. That will confuse someone. I wish to install packages from other distributors. That will confuse someone. I do not want to use package manager. I wish to install everything from source. Forget that.
I would just pick one of them, Toss.
I'd skip the question for a new
yeah,
person.
that's going to be too much. We'll go skip on this one. Yeah,
in there.
Yeah, that's we'll go.
That's a little over the top.
Some distributions offer. Let me hit hide here. Some distributions offer faster updates, which can affect system stability. What do you prefer? I prefer fast updates. I prefer stable. Look, if a newbie wants stable, well, that could be misleading too. But we'll
newbie might not know any better.
Right. We'll go with stable. Get results. Here we go.
It's probably going to be Ubuntu.
KDE Neon? No way.
Oh my God.
Wrong. All right, Zorin OS. Okay, well that's on my list. Good. KDE has got the worst, the worst documentation. It seems somebody told me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Zorin because of the whole pre-installing wine out of the box.
Well, I prefer Zorin Lite versus the full one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that also has
Tergos.
And Tergos?
What?
Oh my! I can't get that installed.
No. PC Linux OS?
PC Linux OS, maybe.
You know, it is stable. I will give it that.
Yeah, but KDE?
Yeah, I know. KDE, no, that's wrong. And Tergos is wrong. PC Linux OS, oh, wait, I'll give him that. OpenSUSE?
Oh my god.
OpenSUSE Tumbleweed?
If they
These
want to
guys
learn
are
Linux.
these guys are drunk.
Is this website, is it sponsored or something? Like,
Yeah, really.
Come
Kubuntu?
on, I want to see if Arch is on this list.
All right, let me.
Okay,
all right, okay.
Dude, if they
Manjaro.
Manjaro?
Okay, wait. But this says advanced. It does say advanced. Okay, I have to redefine. This says advanced. Okay. Ubuntu GNOME for beginner,
Which
maybe.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Ubuntu GNOME doesn't even exist anymore.
That's true. That's true. Lubuntu for beginner, that might be a little bit too light. Yeah. Mangia for beginner, I don't know, Tom, about that. What do you think?
I've never used Mantia.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know
about that
Mantia is. Was it based on
Solus for
Manjaro?
beginner, I've used it briefly once. I don't remember.
I think Solus is good for beginner. It's
Okay.
on my list.
Ubuntu Mate, okay,
There
that's
was
on my
one
list.
issue Solus had, but it's resolved. So.
Very good. Ubuntu for beginner, yeah, okay. I'll give him that.
Ubuntu, yeah, XFCE, I would.
Okay. Knoppix for advanced. It does say advanced. That is correct.
That's for advanced people.
Puppy Linux advanced. That is correct. Okay.
It is not for
Elementary OS for beginner. That's I'm kind of like in the middle.
I'll agree.
It looks like
I'll
a
agree. I think elementary OS is beginner. I'll give it beginner because as
Okay.
long as you're not trying to change a lot of stuff, if you just want something to install and let it go,
Okay. All right.
elementary will meet
Yeah.
that bill.
Very good.
I like Anarita's comment where she says, I say Ubuntu Mate, Mint, Light, and Pepper.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could have put Linux, light on my
Yeah,
list as a
yeah.
tie. Okay, Linux Mint beginner.
okay,
I'll
there's
agree.
my vote there, yeah.
All right.
can
Fedora
I throw
works.
another suggestion? What about
Fedora
MX?
for beginner? No.
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 Ooh.
No.
What
I'm
about,
telling you, man, these guys are drunk.
What about MX for beginners?
No, it's not.
Debian, I do not say Debian for beginners.
No,
I
it
love
does
Debian,
say
but it's not for
advanced
beginners.
right here. It does say advanced Debian, so that is correct.
So I thought you put with this in for newbies.
That's what I thought I did, but it's
Now we're
giving me
getting
both.
the one, Ubuntu.
For
Yeah.
beginner, Ubuntu, since they went to GNOME, I'm not so sure.
I don't know.
I still think the Ubuntu experience is fine for beginners.
It's not hard,
I'm
but
not a fan of GNOME, but I think it's fine
It's
for beginners.
not hard, but it's really not good.
oh,
Has there
okay.
been
So
any mention
KDE
of-
Neon was for advanced, so we did miss that.
Has
All
there
right.
been any mention of MX?
Not on here. No.
I would like to see a little bit like something between advanced and beginner because there is like intermediate,
Yeah.
and some of these I'm not sure are I'd put under.
Well, you know what?
Advanced, but I'm
They've
not sure
got
to put
these
them on the beginner
separated. They have computer knowledge advanced and Linux knowledge beginner for Zorin. They've got these
I
separated.
don't think Zorin's computer knowledge advanced though. Really, the only gripe I have with Zorin is that they
Yeah.
install Wine by default while at the same time saying,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
much more secure.
Yeah.
You're not much more secure once you put Wine on the system.
Right.
So.
No, I mean, if you install Wine out of the box, you're pretty much opening yourself up.
I think Wine is a waste, Percy. I mean, if you have to use Windows program, then use Windows.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
maybe. I mean, there's one video game I like on for a Windows game that works perfectly fine under Wine, and so I
Okay.
like the fact that it's an option. But
Now, see, PC Linux, computer knowledge advanced, Linux knowledge beginner.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't. That's kind of confusing.
well, that's kind
This is weird. OpenSUSE, Linux knowledge beginner, computer knowledge advanced. How could that be?
that's the stupidest crap.
I'd say computer knowledge, probably medium to novice. Linux
Yeah.
knowledge,
Medium.
medium.
Yeah.
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 I send people to OpenSUSE to learn how to use Linux.
Here's OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, computer knowledge advanced, Linux knowledge sophisticated. Ooh.
I don't really see the major difference between Tumbleweed and Leap. Just one's rolls, one doesn't.
Right.
I mean, other than one's bleeding edge and one's not, there's really no difference.
Yeah.
Okay. They pick
Yeah.
Ubuntu for beginner. Okay.
I don't know.
Manjaro, they picked advanced, and sophisticated. Okay, that's probably correct for that one. Okay, all right.
I disagree. I don't think Manjaro is sophisticated Linux.
No.
Well, unless maybe I'm reading it wrong. Sophisticated as in not for beginners.
I disagree. I put Manjaro on my beginners list these days.
Really?
Because every time I try to run it, it's no problems.
Nah, I tried it. I tried a full install, man, and after a few months breaking, it went up there. I fixed this, fixed that. It was a nightmare for me. Now, maybe it's gotten better.
I guess maybe some people say that, but I've run it for a few months, a couple different times, and had no issues.
Okay, Ubuntu was beginner. Okay. Updates are less often for Ubuntu? Really?
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if a newbie would like that.
Magia beginner. I don't know about Magia. Yeah. Solus they have.
Solus maybe.
Beginner. Okay.
Maybe. Have it at beginner level.
Okay.
Wait. Hold up on that Solus a second. Requires a computer mostly with up-to-date components. I'm not sure it does.
Does not run on 32-bit, so they do not offer 32-bit?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen a 32-bit processor in a decade, so.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what they were going
actually,
for.
Tom, there are some, Fishman even said this, there are some third world countries that do still use 32-bit computers because they can't.
This is very true. This is very true.
Okay.
Right. Those less fortunate folks.
However, you have to say the same thing about all of the Ubuntu flavors. I think are only 30.
Yeah, unfortunately, those unfortunate people can't.
Isn't Ubuntu Mate still available for 32-bit?
Yeah,
that might be. I know they also have an ARM too. So
it doesn't really say.
That is super beginner friendly because it's based on what I'm running GNOME too. So yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, beginner help using community present. Yes, the community is very nice. I've used it a few times. Does not connect to third-party companies in the background, like I would think. I believe that's true for Ubuntu Mate. Yes.
Yes.
Updates are less often. I disagree. That's wrong. Updates are fine. Yeah.
Updates are good. Yeah.
I think that the problem is they're not making a distinction between a security update and a package update.
Probably.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Ubuntu really beginner is correct. Knoppix, this is advanced computer Linux knowledge sophisticated. All right. Okay.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not sure it's. I mean, people have been telling me since I did my Knoppix video the other day. People have been telling me they learned how to use Linux on it because classes used it as a distro to teach.
All right.
So, and I looked at it, and it's I would consider it. I mean, I say it's bloated, but that's because it's meant to run as a live key.
Okay.
So.
All right. Puppy sure Linux. They did have computer knowledge advanced, Linux knowledge sophisticated. So that is correct. Yeah, but does not connect to third parties. Okay.
They're really kicking a lot of these nice distros to the curbs.
All right. Elementary, daily use, beginner, help using community. I've never used the elementary OS community, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's friendly.
Actually, as far as I know, I find it to be at times elitist and at times like they have built a Mac community in Linux somehow. I don't understand it. Because if you just don't like elementary, and I've done a number of videos literally critiquing legitimate issues with it, and they just come out swinging. They just come out of the gate swinging. It's like, you do it the way I want to do it, or that's it.
Okay.
So what?
All right.
Has a good community. I don't know.
Okay. Daily use for Linux Mint. Again, updates are less often. I don't know about that either. Fedora Workstation Beginner. They're nuts. Yeah. I don't think so. Debian Advanced Knowledge Computer and Linux Sophisticated Knowledge. Okay.
I'll agree. Okay.
So I guess they got most of this right. Ubuntu Beginner.
There's times on Debian, yeah.
Ubuntu updates are less off. That's wrong.
That's so.
They are very good on updates. Yeah, at least they used to be, and that's all of their recommendations. So there you have it from distrochooser.de. Yeah. I guess they come in different languages too here to the left.
Yeah.
So very, very good. Okay, I'd say it's mostly accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
The target of Distro is to help Linux beginners to orientate and should be a help while choosing a suitable Linux. Okay. I would say for the most part they have 60. Just make sure you read the fine print to not get confused. Although I did plug that, I thought I plugged in for beginners, but I don't know why it gave me the advanced options. But
yeah,
whatever.
I actually found the distro hunt to be not too bad. I mean,
Okay.
obviously, some things I disagree with there too, but
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it.
Fun stuff.
Let's see here. I miss anybody in the chat? Let's see. Mill, hello. By my vape, hello. How are you? Let me go back here.
You know, MX Linux didn't show up on any of that list. That was
No,
pretty easy.
that is surprising. Yeah.
Although I didn't see it on distro hunt either.
I don't think I saw that
Oh,
either. Yeah.
Jesse Crypto says that website spits out so many options that leave you more confused than you were before their chooser.
Yeah.
And I think that their chooser should come down and say, okay, fill out your questionnaire, and then here's 3 options to try. I think that'd be a better option. And because you'll try 3 options, you'll figure out if one of them works or doesn't work. The downside is if all 3 of those don't work for you, then you might think Linux works. But
10 years ago, 8 years ago, what we know, 8 years ago, 2010, when I started this channel, there wasn't enough information for beginners, and that's why I started. Nowadays, if you search YouTube Linux for beginners, there's tons, so it's a lot easier for beginners now than it was when I started this channel in 2010, because it was either Linux users telling people Windows sucks or Windows users telling Linux sucks, and it's like, give me a break, so.
yeah.
Tim, Mr. Frying Pan is in the house. I can
Got your
barely
pan?
hear you. Test Tim, say hello.
One moment, please.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, he's 1 moment. Yeah.
Norman Iglesias, buenas noches. Using Arch for 10 years. Tim, get the frying pan. I'm just kidding. Using of Arch using GNOME, you finally changed. You tried 23 different distros and chose Mint. Okay, forget the frying pan. He chose
There you
Mint.
go.
It's good. It's good.
Let me give you
Chose Mint. There you go.
Oh, that was on my top 5 list. Tim, what would be a top 5 list for advanced users? Let's reverse it.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, better.
A top 5 list for advanced users.
Tim or Tom, yeah.
Top 5 for advanced users. Now, of course, this has to go off of kind of my package manager of choice.
Mm-hmm.
But to kind of fill all 5 of those top spots, Manjaro, Arch, anything Arch based
Okay.
for me.
Right.
And that would almost take up the top 5, but maybe a 4th and a 5th. I think Debian's gotten a little bit easier, but even though it's the Deb package management, which I like,
Yeah.
it is a little bit. There's some differences with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
installation and stuff, but for me it'd be Arch stuff, and of course, then you got Slackware and Gentoo and stuff like that. But
Absolutely. And we lost Ben. I guess he hit himself too much with the frying pan.
Yes.
Tim scared him off.
Jeremiah says Crux, Gentoo, Slackware, Arch, yeah. Knoppix, yeah. You like Linux always can drop and close machine in seconds when attacked. What do you mean, Mil? I mean, if your machine gets hit with malware, it's there. So yeah, it doesn't happen that often, or the attempts not as much as a Windows machine or Mac. But if you have malware, if your Linux machine is attacked, it's there, and you may not even know. It's possible. Yep. So yeah. Let me go to another website here. So we looked at Distro Chooser, and it was fairly accurate. Okay, we'll give it a credit.
Look at Distro Hunt. Let's have a look at that. I looked at it on my screen this morning. But
I thought, all right, okay, let's try Distro Hunt again.
You know what? For advanced users, I would also have to add in. I think Fedora is kind of, to me, it's on kind of the dividing line between intermediate and advanced users, and I think OpenSUSE is kind of in the same spot.
Oh, it's going to distrohunt.cup of Linux. Is this battery's running?
I'm not sure.
Distrohunt.org.
Okay, let me try that one. His is .com. Okay.
Yeah, distrohunt.org.
Okay, that's probably why. That's right. Spatry does have his own .org. Okay. It's still going to the cup of Linux for me, huh? You want to try it, Tom?
Well, I can't share my screen, but I can try.
Let's just see if it works. Yeah. Distrohunt.org. Let me try it again.
Yeah, it's redirecting.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Did Spatry not in the last couple of weeks kind of do a video where he was talking about doing kind of a reimagining of DistroHunt?
Maybe that's why.
That might kind of be why.
Okay.
But,
Oh,
yeah,
well, I went on Distro Hunter thing this morning, and it was working. I just don't remember what the URL was.
Yeah, before DistroHunt used to be this, it did not have videos on it, and I believe Spatry had said on his reimagining or his channel update,
okay,
that DistroHunt was going to have, it was going to be video based,
okay,
and it was going to have short, couple minute snippets.
Did he always control the .org domain though? Because I literally was on it this morning on my live
I was too.
stream.
It looked like a totally different. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless
it's
he
totally
just
different.
changed the URL or something.
I don't know. I think it's something different. If I had to guess,
I could dig through that video and see if I could find it. But
okay.
I'm actually in the middle of trying to clean my desk off right now.
Okay. Let's see what to expect of Linux. And by the way, if we have any newbies and want to ask a question, we don't mean to ignore you. That's why we're here.
Yeah, ask and one of us will see it.
Yeah, just ignore Tim's frying pan. He's not feeling well. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the frying pan's there for Ben, but I think he's scared Ben off. Yeah. Hey, Ricky, how's it going?
Hello.
I'm doing good.
Hi, Ricky.
He's sleepy.
I kind of blew in the house early, so I didn't have the frying pan handy.
Okay. All right.
When I'm playing bingo, they know my they know my opinion of bingo. So as soon as I sit down, they bring me a cold pint, and they bring me a frying pan.
What does your wife say when you grab? Does she look like you? Like, what are you doing?
You know, the first night that I did that, Toss, when Ben was, what was he doing? Linux from scratch.
Yeah, and it kept crashing or something.
Yeah. And she was actually sitting on the couch, and I muted it, and I said, "Honey, go on the stove and get a frying pan. Seriously, go get a frying pan." Okay. So she grabbed it and she brought it over, and she's like, "What the hell is this for?" I said,
"Okay."
I said, "Just trust me." But yep, every time I grab it, she's like, "Oh, you must be getting online with Toss of the game."
It's like a signal. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. This is from Network World. What to expect of Linux in 2019? What are they mentioning? Linux running the cloud? Running the cloud. Okay.
It already is.
The formation of data lakes. Data lakes, a large collection of data largely in a raw format. Data lakes. Interesting. Linux and supercomputing. Well, that's already there. Linux driving AI. Mm-hmm.
It's already pretty much there, isn't it?
Yeah.
To a large degree.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know. It's there's AWS, which is either or. You have Windows. You also have a huge part of that is Microsoft's Azure.
Dan, do you want to join us? I know it's been a while.
But when you're talking about AI, I mean the real techno nerds out there, it's really tough to have a conversation about AI and not have the word Linux brought up in it. Isn't that kind of correct?
Mm-hmm.
To a degree.
Yeah. Major Linux releases coming up. Debian 10 Buster. With plenty of background improvements. Okay? Fedora 30 at the end of April. The 5.0 kernel is a prediction, and it says right below that the chilled out Linus Torvalds suggests we'll see the 5.0 in 2019. Linus, come on my show, please. I'll make sure to unchill you, dude. You can rant all you want. I will not. I'll make it private for adults only. You can. It'll be like a catharsis. You're welcome to come on my show and say every word you always wanted to say, but were afraid to do it. I will not take it personal. Believe me.
I wonder how much you'll have to use your bleep button.
It's gonna have to be a private video by invitation only. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People have to pay to watch that one, right? And then I'll have to put a cautionary thing. Warning, not suitable for family members. Yeah, right. Yeah. So Linux 2019 domination of IoT, cloud, supercomputing, AI. Linux is heading 2019 with a lot of momentum, but it says nothing about the desktop because apparently it still sucks. So there you have it.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, as far as seeing it out in stores and for the masses, that's what I mean. Yeah. Except for Chromebooks, they're still hot. So that is the bright spot. Yeah. So that was that website.
I made a little change with Andragos just like an hour or two ago. I switched over to XFCE.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I was thinking about rebooting this thing into KDE today because I don't plan. I'm actually getting bored of GNOME. So. Okay.
What is this? F word removed from Linux code comments in favor of hug.
Hug.
Did BS kidding?
Hey, pal, hug you. Wait a minute, that sounds right. Get the hug out of here.
Get the hug out of here.
I'm just reading
this is from neowin.net.
Q1pin says, has anyone ever read the subreddit Linus Rants?
No.
I think it's pretty nasty, some of that, yeah. This is prior to his chilling out. Yeah.
How's them kangaroo steaks? How's them kangaroo steaks?
Don't get him started.
We didn't have any today. We had a barbecue for my daughter's birthday, but
isn't kangaroos an endangered animal or something?
Oh, they're a pest.
They're a pest.
They breed in huge numbers, and then they eat all the good pastures that the cattle can't have.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. I'll give the show back to Toss now.
No, that's fine. I mean, I think they're so cute, but
yeah, I thought they were an endangered animal.
Oh no, this is an educational show, isn't it, Toss?
Yes, yes, it is. We don't necessarily have to talk just about Linux. No, I didn't know about the kangaroo until you came on last night. I mean, I really didn't. Then
I didn't either until I watched the show.
It made sense when you talk about the whole context of it being a pest. It made sense.
But it's interesting as well because I think we're one of the only few countries in the world that eat the animals on our coat of arms or shield.
Yes, I got that part.
Okay, let's see. Linux laptop buyer's guide. Let's take a look at that.
Why not? Let's go.
Again, if anybody new wants to say hello, please do. If you missed all of this, if you are a newbie, replay this to look at my top 5 distros for
just
beginners. Just
be careful with that video from yesterday.
Yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, so this is Linux Journal. Okay. They looked at the Chromebook, the Dell
Good for them.
XPS. The Chromebook's number 1. Number 2 is Dell. Number 3 is Librem. And the last is System 76 Oryx as part of their buying guide. So very good. But I could understand Chromebook being in there.
I have a question about System 76.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they essentially, up until now, they are pulling a lot of their parts, specifically the laptop cases, things of that nature, from other vendors. And essentially, the only thing they're doing is bringing a bunch of suppliers in-house, assembling a product, and then stamping System 76 on it, and then pushing it out the door to people like us, right? Is that essentially what they're doing right now? And now they have their new facility, they're actually going to start to produce more things in-house?
I'm not sure. I know they're based out of Colorado.
It is business trade secrets.
The only company, and it's probably more than one that's fully American or in the States, is the one I looked at last night, that the Puget Systems out of Washington. They have a self-contained facility there where they do everything there, as far as I know. But where they build it there.
So they're not pulling a laptop chassis from company XYZ and a screen or a top from.
They're
ABC.
Probably doing that too, but I think the majority of it, they put it all together there with USA labor.
Gotcha.
Meaning they may get the video card from NVIDIA, the motherboard from Intel or whatever. But they use American labor total to put it all together there, as far as I know. So it's not being shipped out to be built in China, then sent back, or whatever, being built and then sent here, from what I read. And that company has a better business, not bitter, A+, and very high ratings from consumers. So they seem to know their stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, they had lots and lots of choices, from low end to high end. I looked at they had a computer listed for video editing for serious video makers at $5,000, which seems high, but considering that the upscale Mac is what, 13 grand, Tim, right? I think so.
Yeah, if you get the if you go with the iMac, with like this killer screen.
Yeah.
And all of the nuts and bolts that you can throw at the thing. Yeah, you're up at like 13, 14 grand.
Yeah, I chose their machine called Serenity, the Quiet. It was built for quietness. 32 gigs of RAM, Core i7 Intel, NVIDIA card.
I can buy a car for that.
Yeah, I think that one was about $3 grand, which is more reasonable, because I even compared other websites with the same specs. It was close to that.
Car has a better warranty too.
Yeah. Well, a car will take you places too.
What type of warranty did they have on their equipment, Toss?
They had lifetime labor and support,
really?
1-year parts, and you can buy 2 or 3 year parts. But lifetime labor, even with the 1-year parts warranty, it's pretty reasonable.
Wow.
Just some headlines. U.S. Army awards Microsoft $480 million contract to use HoloLens with soldiers. Interesting.
And so it begins.
Yeah, I know.
AI tech and war. Woohoo!
Let's see here. How could Amazon become a major player in K through 12 education? I don't know.
They already are.
Sell them everything that they use in the classroom, which they probably already do to a big degree.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. All right, so Best Buy, Samsung, Amazon are counting down to the holidays with daily door busters. So there you go. Amazon smashed its own record. I believe it.
Yeah, I just did. I just did a book giveaway for one of my books on Amazon. It just went live right when you started streaming, and there's already 156 people have looked at it.
Nice.
I don't even know how you look for these things. I don't know.
Which book is it, Tom?
Testing on Temptations. What I'm going to do is that, and then I want to test some Google Ads out with it as well. So I'm going to see what methodology works.
Okay.
So if you're on Amazon, want to look for a free copy, I can drop the link in if you want.
11 people sued for selling Samsung OLED secrets to Chinese company. Only 11 people? Ocean's 11. Bump.
Was that Brad Pitt and George Clooney?
Yeah, right. What else we have?
I joined kind of late. I did join kind of late. But it can't go without being asked. Hey, Vince, what's the weather like down there today?
Oh, you missed it before.
Oh,
it's
okay.
34 degrees.
Celsius.
Yeah,
That's why I'm wearing my Toskini. You can't see it, but it's getting hot coming off the... Yeah, he was outside, but it was windy,
80 degrees.
Yeah,
yeah,
very nice.
Sitting on the patio. Yeah. We had the sprinkler out, and the kids running under the sprinkler.
It's nice to have kind, warm guests on the show.
Well, like I said last night, Vince, all the love to
you guys.
All the love to you, my friend, but you suck.
I love you guys too.
Well, we love you, Vince. You're always welcome.
That's okay. When it gets to be July, you can say the same thing back to us.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a problem. Let's see here. Apple Watch deal. Save up to 300. Are these watches still selling? I don't have a smartwatch, but I think Stephanie does. Yeah, I think Stephanie does.
I couldn't grasp the actual idea of even having one. You know?
I've got a smartwatch. Mine look at it.
Yeah.
Mine says Elgin, and I look at it.
My phone.
Yeah, but see, your watch is designed for smart people. I'm just kidding.
The more smart we make our technology around us, the dumber we become ourselves.
That's right, because the technology takes over our thinking process.
And guys like me need all the brain cells we can get.
I have an LCD Timex watch that's over 20 years old.
It still works? Nice.
As long as I keep replacing the little round battery that goes in it every 5 years.
Takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
I remember that commercial, those commercials. Absolutely.
It's an Iron Man watch.
Mike W. says, soon we'll need a dumb store just to avoid the smart junk. I agree.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first dumb store.
You can't even find a non-smart TV anymore, you know.
You can, but they're
smart. The smart TVs are only smart for X amount of years before they won't update no more. Then your Netflix and your Yahoo and stuff start dropping off because they're no longer compatible with the stream they're using.
Yeah, and then you get then the issue of like the same thing with the Google Homes, not the Homes. They bought up. Which one was the one Google brought up, and then they shut down the server. You know. So
well, see, I had the same problem with Netflix and Hulu on my TV, where it never updated after I bought it, and them services no longer work. So I had to buy a Roku cube, you know, to get them services back.
This is a strange headline here. The future of automated vehicles is brothels.
Brothels?
Excuse me?
Yes.
That's what it says.
Wow.
That does not compute.
I'm sure someone in Vegas will say, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, read that again? I think I understand the context. Read that again.
The future of automated vehicles, brothels, and terrorism. Excuse me, both.
Okay, I know what they're talking about. So, yeah, in a Vegas thing, that's the thing that cued it off. It was a way to basically have a smart car driving lady service combined in one, and so it's kind of like Yeah, and we don't need to say anything else.
I see. So you take
what it was.
you could take 2 rides in one. Okay, I understand. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
So
that's
now
as far as I
you're
go.
buying
Now
a
that you
used
mentioned
car,
that, okay, all right.
Yeah. So now when you're buying the used car, you have to ask what was it used for. It was one thing, it was a rental. Now it's a brothel.
Mm-hmm.
But what's
The carpet been changed.
what's the link to? They said terrorism too. Is that meaning that they would
no
be
idea.
they'd be used for nefarious, like unmanned, like drone bombing purposes?
I don't know.
Or something.
Bleach bit that car before you sell it.
Yeah,
Good
really.
God, that would really be terrible.
Fit it before you buy it.
Okay. Let's see. You can now get Alexa in a wall-mounted big mouth Billy Bass.
What?
I saw that. Yeah, did you guys see the? It was like 2 years ago. Somebody hacked one of those talking basses with an Alexa device, and it kind of went viral.
What it looks like.
Thinking of that.
And so that thing went viral a couple years ago.
Wow.
Well, apparently Amazon thought it was such a good deal they started producing them.
They
So now you
bought
can
it.
get your Alexa built into a fish.
Tom, you like this one. Beijing will rate its residents by their behavior by 2021.
No, that's been big news actually. It's already out there. That's the social credit score in China.
Got it. Okay, that's
been
first
big
I've heard
news
of
for
it.
a while.
Okay.
And the social credit score is a ranking of many different things, like financial
Yeah.
status, social status.
Yeah, it's literally like anything and everything. I mean, are you a smoker? Where are you smoking? Are you eating on the subway because that's considered uncouth in that culture apparently? And all these things will lower your social credit score. If your social credit score gets low enough, they will actually restrict you from riding on buses, riding on trains, taking airplanes. So it's causing a really big stink.
Not
Does
only
it
that,
take
of
into
course,
account? Does
it'll
it take
actually
into
affect
account
your-
things like school grades? Income?
Literally everything. It is
Really?
literally everything. Yeah.
I think I read also it'll also impact your ability to get a mortgage and even employment.
A job. Yep.
Hmm.
I can see where this would breed a lot of hate and anger.
Yep.
The funny thing is, though, I mean, the people in China are already so used to it, used to being controlled, that they will just, they will actually support it.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's a good thing because they've been brainwashed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably true.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Steam gives successful developers a larger cut of gaming revenue. Well, good for them.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
Yep, I agree. Let's see here. The first 8K satellite TV broadcast launched today in Japan. Wow.
Oh my.
8K. That's amazing.
I don't even have 4K eyeballs.
Yeah. Well, they have 8K, so yeah. Why not?
You know, there's got to be a point that as they develop the TV resolutions, that it's 100% arbitrary, because no human being, it's not going to make any distinguishable difference.
I have a 1080p TV. I can already see every zit, every imperfection, every pore in someone's face. I don't need to see anymore. I don't need to see the cellular level.
Toss found one. I can tell.
Only in New York, and I'm embarrassed by this one in a way. But, okay. How can I clean this up? NYC lawmakers want to criminalize sending unwanted men's private part pics.
They want to criminalize it?
Sending unwanted D pics. I'll just say that, yeah.
Okay.
You know, at what point do we have to start writing laws in this country to make up for this a lack of decency and morality? What
Yeah.
This is the thing that this pees me off to no end. Why do we need a law for something that an average, everyday, normal guy would have no interest or need from any avenue whatsoever to do.
I mean, soon there'll be laws or apps for when men, couples get married. They'll need an app to get closer, as it were.
It's misuse of new technology.
Demolition
really
Man.
Demolition Man, right? Yeah, that movie with Sylvester Stallone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, is that this? Oh, that irks me.
Well, just on that though, just here they've legalized teenaged texting of various private parts as well, because in the past people were actually getting criminal records as teenagers, and they've now decriminalized it. What do we think of that?
Well, it's the first step to pedophilia.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately has been moving in the direction some powers wanted it to move in.
See, I had a vision of Dr. Ruth Vestheimer and Schwarzenegger getting married, right? And she's like, "Arnold, you're doing it wrong," and he's like, "You're doing it wrong, Arnold. You're doing it wrong."
In this country, that stuff like you were just talking about, Toss, that didn't really become. I mean, it was always something that was there, but it didn't become prevalent until, wasn't it a congressman or a senator, Anthony Weiner, that had sent the text, right? And we knew it was out there, and you'd hear a blurb here and there. But ever since that happened,
yes,
it is now a buzz story, I guess, in the media.
No, it's... Well, look, that's technology controls our world, whether we like it or not.
And the more of it we come up with, the more of it gets misused.
Well, this morning, this was breaking news on my news feed. Hacker hijacks 50,000 printers to tell people to subscribe to PewDiePie. Yeah. And I thought, the poor guy, and I'm like, he's got 70 million subscribers.
Well, there's a story behind that, actually.
All right. Okay.
The story is there is another channel, I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
Is that
Bollywood channel,
Indian channel, right? And there's been a competition and a big push to keep PewDiePie #1, which I understand because he has single-handedly got there, and it took an entire studio in India to come close to what he's accomplished. So.
Well, those 50,000 printers were printing out very nice, friendly letters saying, "Hey, please subscribe to PewDiePie because of what Tom was saying."
And all of these execs who was like, "Who's that? What? What's this even mean?"
if there's such a thing as a friendly hack, that was it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, PewDiePie, sorry you're losing. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, this was Marriott. This is Starwood, I guess, a branch of Marriott. 500 million guest data has been breached. Wow. Lawmakers still want details from Amazon and its facial recognition tech. Oh, okay.
That facial recognition tech, they're really pushing that hard.
Yeah.
And now they've got it. So Delta Airlines is going to start actually using that at the airports. You can get past TSA by just walking by and having your face scanned.
Makes sense.
I think in Georgia is where they're starting to the program out at.
Yep.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay. There's
I actually worked for a company that the founder of the company was the he was one of the creators and one of the original patent holders of facial recognition of biometrics. In fact, the name of the company I think was called Digital Biometrics.
Okay.
I was a process engineer for them, and some of the stuff that that they had developed, I'm still actually under. What year is it? 2000. I'm still under a non-disclosure agreement with them. So I can say some of the things that they had developed would have been 14, 15, 16 years ago. Some of the stuff that they had developed back then and the things that they were working on, they have not even brought out to the world as a whole. And it's scary stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the day that expires, let me know. We'll do a show with you.
Well, I remember a military guy in Orlando tell he was retired that the military technology was between 25 and 50 years ahead of us. So I asked, do you mean UFO technology? His lips were sealed, which means he answered it all. So I do remember that. I guess there's a gaming phone, guys, called the Black Shark. Ooh, look it up. The Black Shark gaming phone. Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look into that. That might be something I'll do in my live stream tomorrow. You said it's called the Black Shark?
Just like it sounds, the Black Shark.
Okay, hold on. Black Shark.
You guys seen this new studio beta that YouTube's trying to push out?
It's okay. It's not bad. Yeah.
It's not bad, but I
think it's the most horrible crap I've ever seen.
Really? Yeah, it's not my favorite. I use that to tie in my Teespring account for the shirts and stuff, and it's very, that part was user friendly, but it takes getting used to, Tom. I would have to agree on that part.
It's just I can't see the analytics graphs as clearly. Maybe if I go to the specific analytics tab.
Yeah, it's not my default. I mean, I go to it occasionally. I guess that's still a beta, so they're still working on it. Yeah. Well, here's a great title for a Christmas movie. Happy Death Day to You. Oh God, Hollywood, what are you thinking? Let's see here.
It's like they've gotten rid of half the analytics.
Really?
Wow.
Oh yeah, they've gotten rid of like more than that.
France to retire 14 nuclear reactors. Well, good for you.
Well, I've got one. I've got for Tom here.
What are they going to replace them with?
I don't know. Let me see. See what it says.
If France is going to retire 14 nuclear reactors, there has to be a replacement somehow, somewhere.
Yeah, they want to build a new one here.
I'm not seeing anything here. There's actually a technology from the 60s or 70s that's a safer form of nuclear power. Gee, I forget what it's called. But they refused to build it, the military, because it wasn't good enough to develop bombs, of all the reasons. So they didn't go that route. Oh, what was the name of it? Oh, shoot. I can't remember. Tim, it doesn't say here on this. What was the name of that safe nuclear reactor? Let's see if I can find it.
It was something at an open source
Vince, you kind of chopped up there.
Oh, an open source nuclear reactor. Did anyone hear about that?
No.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Well, the nuclear reactors we got in our cities, the power cities and stuff like that, are just a small fraction compared to the ones they got in our submarines and battleships.
Thorium-based nuclear reactor, nuclear power. Supposed to be a lot safer. Thorium. That's it. And the military said, "Yeah, because we can't make it to blow ourselves up, so we're not going to build it."
Isn't that the one? I think I read something about that. That's the one where the byproduct is a lot less, and there's a certain amount of recycling itself during the fission process.
Let me see if it says anything here. I believe it has something to do with not as much nuclear waste or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think I read it actually last year. I meant to talk about that one night, but something like that. But it's called thorium. I'm looking at my phone because YouTube just remonetized one of my videos. Too late now.
Was it the one from last night?
No, it was the one a while back on that new phone, open source phone called Nikuno Mobile from Finland. Yeah, which was great, but I didn't know it was demonetized. Well,
I forgot to have the boss look at that website that Vince so kindly gave us.
Yeah, I looked at that one too.
I didn't look
I
at it.
presume you finished your Christmas shopping by now.
Honey, I love you so much. This is what I got you for Christmas.
Yeah, you can hang them on the Christmas tree.
Oh!
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Oh boy.
If I bought her one of those, she'd be hanging mine on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, get something else. I know. Oh man, I love doing these live chats. See what you're missing? People who don't watch this as often.
You don't know. They might come in a tree set where you get like 30 of them in a box.
I'll paint it different colors at that.
Yeah, with different colored LEDs in them.
Okay, let's see.
Toss, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. People that visit this channel, they'll learn more by accident here than elsewhere by design. That's all there is to it.
Yes.
It just depends on how many questions we answer as we go through, right?
Last night was just hilarious. Toss had his little cough syrup put together there. Yep. And somebody asked a question in the chat, and all Toss said was, "Not tonight."
No. A few more drinks of that, who knows where my mouth would have went. Anyway, let's see, what do we have here? Why so many people? Yeah, go ahead.
Let's switch to Linux Mint Mate right now. My backup computer.
Very
I
good.
do run Mate, just not
That's
as much.
good too. Yeah.
I didn't like the Mint Mate as much as I liked the Ubuntu
Really?
Mate.
Okay, that's good. They're both good.
Yeah, the Ubuntu Mate has more options for design and things, but I just thought mine up pretty cool. Give me a second.
You can make the Ubuntu Mate look just like cinnamon.
Yeah. So here's.
It looks like TikTok has become the world's most valuable startup. TikTok.
Isn't that?
Yeah, which is frightening.
Isn't that the news channel?
Yeah, it's actually a Chinese data analytics company. A Chinese data AI analytics company, which is terrifying. All right, so here is my Linux Mint Mate. So what I did is I built myself this little banner up here, which has little like hot links and things, which you can hide it by pushing out to the side. And it does. I think my windows are too wobbly at times. It actually annoys me, but
Man, it's giving
like
me
that one
freakouts here.
Yeah, so I got to change that because it actually impacts system performance, which is weird. But I set it up. I set it pretty nice. I like the system. It's just
It's good.
I don't like Mate quite as much as I like Cinnamon. So, but this is my my computer that
it's nice and simple. I mean, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I use that too.
See what Anna Rita said? Anna Rita said in the chat, "I learned so much on this channel. My IQ went up by 10 points." Yeah, but here's the problem, though. Anna Rita,
that too.
If Anna Rita, if you were in China right now, your social score would have went down by about 2,000.
Right.
His brains are going up. Social score must go down.
Yep.
He might think his way out of this crap.
Let's see here. A Chinese scientist says he has genetically edited babies.
What?
That's an interesting story.
I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah, I think
that's short for genetically engineered.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was utilizing the CRISPR gene. They could do it in China because they don't have any real ethics boards about it.
Wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, as soon as they did it, they realized that it potentially caused serious impacts, and which I understand because when you add and edit genes, they add in random places. I did a lot of this. I did a lot of this type of stuff in the lab, where we were, of course, just doing transfections, which CRISPR is the modern day version of what we were doing back then, where you basically are producing micelles, basically taking gene snippets and putting them into little micelles, dropping them into a plate of cells, and then basically it would merge with the cell membrane and insert little DNA snippets inside. And then we would be measuring the amount of stuff that would come out. So CRISPR is a little bit more precise, but it still inserts genes in random locations, which causes serious disruption to the cells. So that's freaky.
What I've read is that fortunately it's got the rest of the scientific community up in arms, even the Chinese community. So he's been universally condemned for doing this.
But he's just the first martyr, and then eventually it's going to go down. They're going to find a reason to justify it, and then, there we go.
Very scary.
Right on Trump TV.
Being an emotional support animal is probably not great for the animal.
Oh, no
Rover, oh, my girlfriend left me. Someone wrecked my car. I'm having trouble going to the bathroom, and the dog's like, and walks away. I don't.
Who gives a rat's rear end?
Really?
Where's my dinner?
Yeah, that's right.
That's like, I don't care about your problems. I go back to sleep.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that emotional support animal. If it could, it would write a sign and put it on the wall behind it. Leave me alone.
What was the Rodney Dangerfield joke? My dog is an Egyptian because he keeps leaving pyramids all over the house. Oh, man. Let's see. Smoke from the campfire is a public health hazard in California. You think?
Well, just think of the houses that burnt
and
the materials
it's
within the
actually
house.
bad. Yeah.
Over the past 5 years, how much of California's left that's not burnt?
Not a lot.
It's sad, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Did I see a story as where they had figured out where this last fire started and how it had started?
I don't think I saw anything like that. Yeah.
I thought I had saw something such.
Robert Ronconi, hello. Are you new to the chat? If you are, welcome.
Hello.
Robert. Hello, Robert. How are you?
Hello, Robert.
I just saw that pop up, and yeah, welcome.
Hello, Robert.
You are from Argentina. Nice.
Oh.
A cinnamon user. Well, you just made Tom very happy.
Yes.
Very cool. Hey, cinnamon.
Nice. Okay.
That's what I'm using, and everything finally works once again.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, by the way, everybody in the comments section, smash that like button. Support everybody here.
Yeah, the like button looks kind of lonely. We better add one.
Oh, really? I got to call Guido again in Sicily. It's like 5 a.m. there. He gets
come on, you guys. 35 watchers, only 13 likes.
But we have to make sure there's one. Got to make sure there's one thumbs down.
That's right. Yeah, I have to keep it real. Yeah.
I'll do
Oh man, so put one in.
Oh, somebody put one. Okay, I was just gonna do it.
Two's the limit, though. Two's the limit.
Okay, then I'll put the next one in.
Okay.
So nobody else do a thumbs down. Toss has his two.
I haven't got any bribes yet for super chat.
Out my one thumbs up. Oh God! Now you got 4 thumbs down.
What?
I had to open my big mouth. See?
I'm taking mine away and putting a thumbs up.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'm not seeing any transfer over though.
Oh.
The negative, the thumbs down's just going up and down. There we go. Got another thumbs up.
Yeah, because if it was like 40, 50, 60 and no thumbs down, people think it's rigged. There's an Autobot. Toss has something rigged. You know, it's a fake news or a fake channel like fake news. You know.
Oh, you're back to 1. You have 21-1 now. Them are great odds.
All right, very good. Thank you, Jason, for
23-1.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do we have?
Here we go. A sleeping driver's Tesla led police on a 7-minute chase.
I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Here it goes. When a pair of California Highway Patrol officers pulled alongside a car cruising down Highway 101 in Redwood City before dawn Friday, they reported a shocking sight: a man fast asleep behind the wheel. Tesla declined to comment on the incident.
The car may have saved the guy's life.
You never know.
You know, even though he was an idiot, but he's a live idiot. The battle over the driving experience is heating up and will be won in software. That is scary also. Anything else on this? No, nothing good there. Let's move on. What time is it? 11:39. Okay.
There's an interesting, I don't know if you covered this yet, Toss. On Slashdot, there's a article, is Linux taking over the world? It says 2019 might just be the year of Linux, the year in which Linux is fully recognized as a powerhouse it has become. Writes Network World's Unix.
I did, yeah. I looked at that. I mean, they're taking over supercomputers, but it just hasn't taken over the homes on the desktop yet.
This is
for Chromebooks.
Yep, and they pretty much said it. It said the fact is that most people today are using Linux without even knowing it, whether on their phones, online when using Google, Facebook, Twitter, GPS devices, and maybe even their cars, or when using cloud storage for personal or business use.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Not everyone is willing to pay for subscriptions. Just ask YouTube. I'm not sure how successful. I make very little off that. Was it YouTube Red? It's called or something. So I don't know.
The Red Eye YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doctors eat Lego for digestion experiment. That is interesting.
Well, the second one locked to the first one.
You thought Buckyballs were bad.
Wow. Wow. Let me see here.
You guys remember the, I think it was Grumpy Old Men, the second one? The a kid on the movie ate a quarter, and Burgess Meredith, God rest his soul, who played Grandpa or Dad on the show, said, don't worry about it. When I was a kid, we used to eat quarters all the time. If she craps out 2 dimes and a nickel, then it's time to start worrying.
Oh, this is completely funny. Why do files suddenly appear? Why is that files or flies? Oh, flies. Sorry. Why do flies suddenly appear every time you open a beer?
Just like me, they'll close to you. That's an old song by the Carpenters, is it?
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
It sounds like it, yeah.
I think that's just the law of averages. It's kind of like I'm sitting outside, there's not a bug in sight. I go inside and grab a plate of food and come out and sit to talk to somebody, and before you know it, there's 1,000 flies. It's just the law of averages.
Yeah.
Whenever there's food, they appear.
All right, so it looks like on this, back to this YouTube thing, YouTube Red launched in 2015, and it's saying here people have had enough. Enough is enough with all those subscriptions, paying subscriptions. Okay, I don't know.
YouTube is actually throwing some feature-length movies onto their free side too.
Yeah, like I said, YouTube's gone through a lot of changes, 3 years. It's hard to keep up.
Lately, I've been having nothing but trouble with Canadian geese flying over and bombing everything.
Really?
There must be fleeing Canada for some reason.
Oh, okay.
We're going south for the winter.
They do the reverse in the spring.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
Here's something. The vast majority of Americans still do their holiday shopping in real life. Only 1 in 8 Americans will do their holiday shopping online this year.
That seems low. That seems low, yes.
By researching firm eMarketer.
That seems low, but I don't know. Let's see. How to put your robot vacuum to work as a personal bartender.
Oh, that's easy.
Here you go. Here, Robo. All right, here you go. There you go. Good boy. Okay,
requires one software upload.
Wow. I can see robots, people's cells with a bottle of whiskey running around the carpet, you know?
It can sniff out an empty glass like nothing flat.
That's right. Yes. Let's see. Apple remodeled their flagship Santa Monica store. Oh, good for them.
Yeah, they have the money for it.
Yes, they do. But I think Microsoft passed them up as the most valued company. I thought I saw something. Oh, well. Let's try that website. We'll probably wrap this up here around midnight. Just to let everybody know in the chat. Amazon workers were on strike on Black Friday over working conditions. Oh, didn't know that. Okay.
I have a problem with them around here. They no longer use the mail. They have their own drivers.
Okay. Oh.
These guys will bring a package and put it on your porch. They won't knock on the door or nothing. They just drop it and dash, and they're gone. And they won't. If it's raining out, they won't put no plastic bag around it or nothing. They'll let it get soaked, snowed on. For last, I think Wednesday, I got a package. I had to dig it off my porch with a pry bar.
Archaeologists have uncovered rare 9,000-year-old stone mask. Wow.
And they were very disappointed that when they turned it over, there was a sticker on the back that said, "Made in China."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
YouTube rolls out stories to creators with over 10,000 subscribers. What is that? That is new. Stories? What's this? Stories feature. YouTube stories feature very much like stories over on Instagram and Snapchat. Creators are eligible and expand umbrella can use stories to add text, filters, stickers, music, and more to their videos. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Uber looks into buying e-scooter company Bird or Lime. I saw something about Bird. I'm not sure if those things are safe. Ariana Grande's "Thank You Next" just broke YouTube. That's what it says. Why you need to buy an alarm clock? This says we're serious.
Yeah,
my Alexa and my Bose radio. So yeah, I'm good.
And most of the younger generation depend on their phone to wake them up in the morning. I still like an old-fashioned alarm clock, and they're getting harder to find good ones. Yeah. Some of the Timex ones are static sensitive. If you have static that builds up in your body and stuff from walking across the floor in the cold winter, and you zap one of these alarm clocks, it resets it all back to its default setting.
I had that happen to a remote control once. Surprisingly.
Timex alarm clocks will do that.
I remember when I was a kid, the first remote control TV I ever saw was like a 19-inch. I can't remember if it was black and white or if it was color, but it had a remote that was, probably about as big as a transistor radio. About so big. And it had two buttons on it to change a channel, up or down. You couldn't change the volume on it. You couldn't turn it. I don't even think you could turn the set on or off. It was just simply to change the channel. And where I lived as a kid, there was we were on a bus route for the public transit. And whenever a bus would go down the street next to the house, the TV, if it was on, it would change channels because of the interference from the ignition on the bus.
Wow.
All right, we're about 10 minutes ready to wrap this up. Let's see if we can go to some dumb criminals news for the holidays.
Dumb criminals.
Yeah, some different, like the news nonsense.
Well, first of all, they were dumb because they got caught, and there's a headline.
Right. All right, here we go. A store owner tells robbers to come back later. They did. Belgian buffoons. This is the headline. Belgian buffoons came back twice. The second time the cops were there. Duh. They were so considerate. Okay. Wannabe burglar hurls brick. The brick hits back.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Okay. Attempted robbery runs out of gas. When his car wouldn't go, the robber tried to flee on foot. Okay, so the car ran out of gas. Okay.
Pro tip: fuel up the car before the heist.
Yeah. Yes. A would-be banker balks, asked to open up account instead. Oh. I don't know if I mentioned this one before. Woman busts naked intruder in tub munching her Cheetos. Don't ask. I'm just reading this.
Well, the guy needed to get warmed up. Come on, he didn't have any clothes on. Was he naked when he came in before he got in the bathroom?
I'm not going to read that, yeah.
Do we have children watching? I remember an old headline from a long time ago. Guy was caught breaking into a house. He had a knife and condoms, and that was it. Like no clothes, no anything.
Okay.
Just
he was dressed for the occasion. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Alleged car thief drives stolen car to court. Okay. Yeah.
Well, how am I going to get the car to court today for my car thieving activities? Oh, I'll steal another car.
Well, that's one way to show up.
Here's a piece of advice: why you don't bring cocaine to your court hearing.
Wow.
Okay. What else do we have here? Unpaid Waffle House bill exposed ID theft ring. Interesting. Okay.
Oh.
Suspect hiding from cops calls 911 for rescue.
What?
That's what it says. Let's see anything else here that's dumb.
That's the number one thing if you're a crook. Have a getaway plan figured out before you even start.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Let's see what else we have here. I think I read this one before. Actual Florida sheriff tweet: "Do not shoot the hurricane. Your bullets will make the hurricane go away. Get out of here, Irene. Come on." Okay.
Wow.
Study reveals why we do stupid things. Do we really have to go there?
Mm-hmm.
Woman live streamed her drunk driving. Boy.
Not like making your own evidence.
A guy fleeing cops on a scooter does not get away, you think? Okay. A guy in "Seriously, I Have Drugs" t-shirt is seriously busted. Of course. Okay, enough of that. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, this was the one I remember. Bad luck bandit smacks himself in the head with brick during burglary. Yeah. I guess it bounced off the glass or the wall. Yeah. A would-be robber is thwarted after his pants fell down during the robbery.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, another way to identify him, I guess.
I guess. A bank robbery suspect arrested after stopping for news interview during crime spree. Dumb criminal leaves behind business card while shoplifting at New Mexico store.
How
Nice.
stupid.
Okay, now here, this can't go without asking. The guy has a business card, meaning he's got to have some sort of a profession.
Yeah.
And let's just say business cards they tend to be given to folks who probably have a fairly well set profession. What does he need to shoplift for?
I'm not even going to go there.
Hey, Matt, things are tight. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Now, did the business card say CEO? There's a whole lot of people in the multi-level marketing world that get their own business cards printed out, and they put CEO in that as the title. It's kind of funny.
I think I've read these headlines before coming off newspapers, I think. But let me read some of these. This is an actual headline from Fox. Fire on the Sun.
Was that a newsflash?
That was a newsflash. Fire on the sun, as opposed to a snowball on the sun.
Huffington Post once did an article talking about this secret hidden Grand Canyon in Yellowstone. No, the Yellowstone Grand Canyon is one of the popular tourist attractions of Yellowstone, actually. Huffington Post did that as a headline, like 2013. Really?
Let's see here. Federal agents raid gun shop, find weapons. You mean that they didn't find tortilla chips?
Oh my lord! Were they expecting to break it and find like a counterfeit pork farm or what?
I don't know. They were looking to find a box of stolen cannolis. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay, here's another one from the news. Study. This is the flash. Internet trolls are jerks.
Yeah, we can agree.
Yep.
Here's one from Fox again. Chuck Norris facts. Are they true?
Oh, no.
You know, I think we just need to create a website called noblanksherlock.com. And that's where that's where a lot of these would end up.
Right. I think I've read this one before. Health officials. Pools, diarrhea, not a good mix. Tiger Woods, newsflash, he's good at golf. I thought he was better at cooking. I don't know. Okay. Here's a headline from 2006. A nuclear explosion would be a disaster.
Yeah, when wouldn't it be a disaster?
This is from Channel 3 News somewhere. It says here, man killed to death.
Killed to death? I guess you kill them beyond the point to where they can bring them back again.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, here's one from Jackson County. Rain creates wet roads.
Wow.
That's what it says.
I'm going to check to see if that domain name's open.
I'm already on it, actually, Tim.
Is it actually a site, Tom?
Well, I did no shoot Sherlock because I'm, family friendly, and no one owns it yet.
I'm going to do the unfriend. I'm going to do the unfamily friendly.
Okay. Let's see.
Sherlock is SHERLOCK, right?
Yeah.
Not the sharpest bit in the drill.
Actually, somebody owns that. Somebody does own that domain.
Yeah, except there's nothing on it.
Let's see.
Oh, it has a picture of Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh.
Oh, yep. That's who that is.
Bummer.
And when you click on the URL up there, Tom, my ad blocker is catching it.
Yeah, well, my system doesn't let ads come anywhere close to it, so.
Yeah.
World's worst burglar tries to pull way through the door marked push.
My goodness. Where do they get this stuff?
Oh man.
They spin this stuff up in the back room.
Would-be robbers arrested after Chicago restaurant owner tells them to come back an hour later. Here we go again.
Yes.
And they came back and got pinched.
I guess so.
Oh.
Let's see.
Did some of these people as children eat like chip paint, or
I don't know.
did they live under?
I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Full on lead.
They lived under power lines as children.
Suck the mercury out of the thermometers.
Boy, oh boy.
Their parents were cousins.
Literally.
Okay. This is a funny story. Okay, this is a funny story. There is a guy, I'm not going to mention his name, that I watch on YouTube, mostly because I get a kick out of watching how stupid one person could actually be, and he really thinks he's serious, knows what's going on in life. And this guy's like kind of a moron. And literally, he did a video where he sent his stuff into Ancestry.com and found out his parents were cousins from West Virginia.
Oh my
goodness. Not good.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Not good.
Could you imagine that?
I'm telling you.
All right, one more website, and I'm going to go to Betty Buys.
Someone's telling me to get a lint roller. Why would I get a lint roller, man? The cat's just going to totally fill me with hair again in 5 minutes if I do.
Yeah, Tom, you look like you're growing some fuzz there.
Hey, man, my transition is nearing completion. I am a member of the reptilian alien race.
Okay. All right, these are headlines off the front pages. Sports: Rangers get a whiff of cologne. That's what it says. Let's see. Let me go down here. Homicide victims rarely talk to police.
Did that say homicide victims?
Homicide victims rarely.
Does it have a subline? Those that do.
I can't read the very story, but the headline just you would think that's true. Wow. Okay, this must be this is baseball. A-Rod, who I think retired from the Yankees. A-Rod goes deep. Wang hurt. Wasn't that a picture?
Oh boy. Oh God.
I'm demonetized, but I can't stop laughing. I don't care that go ahead, YouTube. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. Was Toss's glass full when you started this stream again?
I have not. These are all. I have not drank. In fact, these I have to bring upstairs to wash. I left. I realized that I was lazy.
What'd you do? Bring down a tray?
Sure, lazy.
Yeah.
Toss. That's the word. Lazy.
Okay. Can I say this one? It's after 12. Here we go. Port star sues over rear end collision.
Oh.
Tom likes that one, yeah.
Oh boy.
Utah Poison Control Center reminds everyone not to take poison.
That's what I do.
Okay. Condom truck tip spills load.
Oh, look at that. Oh, man, look at Tom. Oh. Did it go up your nose, Tom?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
This is from Des Moines. I could actually see this big mistake, but it's funny. Deer with big rack female, it turns out. City is unsure why the sewer smells. Let's see here. This is from the News Observer. Oh God.
Benjamin was.
Here we go. 17 remained dead in morgue shooting spree.
Oh.
Were they hoping the gunshots would have woke them up? Or?
I don't know. Puerto Rican teen named Mistress of the Universe. Nice. Tiger Woods plays with own balls, Nike says.
Oh boy.
And this one I can't
Was
say.
there a
No,
kangaroo involved?
I'm not going to go there.
Really? You found one. You're not going there. That's bad.
Oh God!
Seriously,
All right, you gotta tell us that. We turn the live stream off.
do they not?
He's not married
do
anymore,
editors?
is
No. Do editors nowadays of any type of print, what be it on a screen or on a piece of paper? Do any editors take a proofreading class anymore?
I was an English major. Even if I wasn't, I would have caught that. Jeez.
This is funny. So when I did I was doing a seminar once on. It was called "Don't Hire Your High School Neighbor to Build a Website." Right. I went around town and grabbed all the different websites that were built poorly. And part of my thing is tell your domain name you're thinking of buying to your dirty uncle, and if he giggles, don't buy it. Because literally, do not, if you are a therapist, do not use a domain. Like, you have to be very careful because certain words will line up with the rapist. And literally, you can get a list of these domains that are absurd that nobody thought about. Like, the rapist is, if you do therapist the wrong way, it always shows up as the rapist. So you have to be really careful with that domain. Anything related to it in therapy. And there's so many of those.
I guess people in the chat are having a good time here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
See if I can find that list of domains real quick.
All right.
Did you
A
see
few more?
Unchained 01? Did you see that comment? Who had her big rack in my accident and the deer died from a golf ball accident involving a potato shooter in a morgue?
That's a lot there.
That'd be a heck of a headline.
So here are a list of real domain names that nobody thought about. I'll avoid the ones that are excessively bad. But this is one's called IT Scrap. So, of course, it's scrap.com. Who represents? Database of talent representatives? Well, that put together says 4%. PennIsland.net. We're not going there. Just think about that one.
An island.
PennIsland.com or .net.
Real
domain name.
ANIS.
No, pen. Like
Pen.
You buy pens. Penn Island.
Oh, okay. I thought you said N Island, not Penn Island. Okay.
Is that not Disneyland?
Yeah. So, Experts Exchange says expertsexchange.com. So nobody thought about to look at these. Speed of Art put together speedofart.com.
That's after Vegemite, yeah.
North of Boston Jewish Singles is Knob.js. I don't know. What is this one?
Let's see.
Oh, Master Bait and Tackle Online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know what that one.
Online.
I know what that one is.
Yeah. Therapist in a box is the rapist in a box. Literally the word therapist. Don't include the word therapist in your domain names. There's Therapist Finder, the rapist finder.com. Winters Express. We're not going there.
Man accused of killing lawyer receives a new attorney. He's an attorney. Oh God.
Yeah. MP3shits.com. Yeah.
Army
Kids
vehicle
and
disappears. An Australian Army vehicle worth 74,000 has gone missing after being painted with camouflage. I don't know, Vince. You want to take that one?
That's how we roll.
Okay.
We have the best camouflage.
Yeah, I guess you do. Yeah. I think I said this one a few weeks ago. Mayor so and so to homeless. Go home.
Here's one. Teacherstalking.org. Their domain is teacherstalking.org.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord, that one's too bad.
Most
Too bad
earthquake damage is caused by shaking.
No kidding.
I thought it was caused by farting, but hey, I was wrong. Oh God, these are newspapers. People went to school for this, right?
You're supposed to.
Yeah, but nobody paid attention in school. Come on,
Statistics.
School, that's just to drink and get your degree.
Here's some stats for you guys. Statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after age 25.
But they still have it wrong. They still have it wrong. By 20, it should have dropped off.
An attorney accidentally sues himself.
Accident.
I don't know. Man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer. Don't ask. I'm not going to go there. State prisons to replace easy open locks. God.
Who's their lock supplier? Fisher Price?
Yeah.
I'm not going there. All right. Anything else? I am starting. Dead body found in cemetery.
Yeah, right. Like there should be plenty of them there.
Parents keep kids home to protest school closure. Duh! Oh, man. Well, guys, threat disrupts plans to meet about threats. Midget sues grocer, cites belittling remarks. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. So, last call here in the comments, the chat. Sorry we had to torture you guys until past midnight, but some of these were funny.
They were.
Oh, poor Steve. What did he say? Steve says, getting ready, but how do you follow this? I'm sorry, Steve. Maybe I'll stay up a little long and join in. You're starting yours here soon, aren't you?
Some of the best stuff comes from Australia. Vegemite,
Yes.
Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Coin purses.
Coin purses.
Wow.
Oh.
You know, I actually look at that website and the bottle openers.
Yeah.
With the kangaroo paw. Those were kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, they're very creepy. Did you see the one with the finger?
I don't think so.
There's one with the middle finger.
Great.
But they are quite creepy, I agree.
Yeah.
So, Vince, where are you right now? Are you like in an underground bunker or something?
I was
That's it.
thinking the same thing.
I've gone from my patio to my garage.
Oh, okay.
It was windy outside. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It looked nice. It was sunny, but it was a bit windy on the mic.
It's
yeah.
kangaroo protection.
That's right. So he doesn't get hit in this cannoli. He's got it. Okay, yeah.
What? I got a question. What's a dingo? Vince, what's a dingo? Is that that's a dog type, right?
It's sort of like a dog. It's a completely different breed. I believe they're indigenous to Australia. Someone might correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah,
Would that be somewhat, I guess, comparable to maybe a coyote in the United States?
If you come across one.
Okay.
A wolf.
Mm.
Well, I think aren't dingoes kind of like
wolf.
scavengers, more or less?
Yeah, they go after a lot of the smaller wildlife, and it's not good for them.
Okay, so it'd be kind of like a coyote here. The coyotes in the U.S. only chase after roadrunners and fall off of big cliffs and get hit by anvils.
Anyway, I'm gonna get off here, guys. I'm going to bed.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Get some of that beauty sleep, buddy. Take care.
Yes.
I will.
Good night, Ricky.
Okay.
Night
Nothing. No other questions in the chat. All right. Again, if those of you who came in late, we really do talk about Linux here sometimes. I was way earlier in the stream. When this ends, wait for YouTube to finish processing.
Somebody did have a question, by the way. Steve Anderson. I have a friend with a 7-year-old laptop, AMD. Think of putting Q4 OS on it. What do you guys think?
No.
Q4 OS. I don't have a lot of experience with that.
I think I tested it once. It's super, super fast. As if a beginner's probably not. It's a bit bare and stripped.
Yep.
But it zips. But
Yeah,
the
one I tested was really stripped. It comes with very little.
Yeah, that's not for beginners.
It's great if you want to get it, build your own stuff and add your own stuff to it.
Well, is it stable enough? He gets it and builds it for his friend. Is it going to last?
That I don't know. It's fairly new.
I don't know about the update process.
I don't know. Yeah, if you want something light, I would say probably peppermint.
Peppermint, or maybe possibly Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Or MX. MX is another choice.
Right. Hello, Sam. Yeah, I'm just about ready to get off. Steve's going to be on at 15 minutes. I'm gonna maybe I'll jump on Steve. I feel bad I took away his thunder. How is he going to follow this?
Toss will change into his Tuskegee, and he will join you.
That's right. All the women will come in. Oh, but you guys are married. Never mind. See, I'm single. I can do what I want. You know.
Yeah, I need 5 to change into my pajamas.
All right. So I guess no other questions in the chat, right?
Right.
No more newbies out there. All right. Again, if you came in late watching this, my top 5 picks, just replay this. And this is part of the Windows User Guide to Linux number 4. So if you haven't watched the, oh yeah, forgot, those of you who support the channel through PayPal, Patreon, Super Chats, drugs, no, not drugs, t-shirts,
refills.
I'm sorry, officer, it was a joke. Get out of here. No. Yes, refills. Tim is going to match all the contributions to the channel for the holidays. So just to let you guys know. Sam says drugs. You're more than welcome to take them, Sam. So I have been keeping track. Yeah, it was a joke. The strongest thing I take is vitamin E in the wintertime. And vitamins for the eyes. Yeah, those are the drugs that I take. Maybe an aspirin here and there, when you guys can be a headache. No, I'm just kidding. So again, thank you, Tim. All right. Keep bouncing my camera. There we go. All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get off of here so Steve can, so people can go to Steve's chat, Steve's very own, and maybe I'll jump on. So I need to go upstairs and take off my contacts, put my glasses on. Maybe I'll jump on for a few. So thank you everyone here in the live chat. Again, if there's a question that we missed or a comment about Linux or technology in general, one of us can answer it, me or Tom or somebody else. So again, if you missed this, you can replay this, the top 5 Linux for newbies based on my experiences and my tests. The Linux version of Saturday Night Live. I guess we are. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I guess we are in a way. Yeah. These are fun. I hope I can continue to do these after in 2019. So thank you, Unchained, and everybody. All right, I'm going to get off. Check out Steve's very own starting in about 10 minutes, and maybe you might see me on there. So, all right, thank you, everybody here, especially my good long-distance friend from across the pond.
Thank you,
That's
Toss.
right. That's right, Vinny boy. It's you. So thank you.
I love you guys. You know it.
Vince, did you try a different browser this time to get it to work?
Yeah, I'm on Opera at the moment. It's actually working well.